Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. I'm Stephanie West. I'm a licensed counselor here in the state of Michigan, and I'm owner and operator of In Progress Counseling. I'm going to slow down. I was just very quick there. So I think it's because I had a lot to say this morning and maybe too much caffeine. So anyway, one of the things I'm pretty forthright about is I go through my own therapy seasons, especially as life transitions are happening. I think it's valuable to have another set of eyes on your life. I think there is wisdom in slowing things down and having someone else reflect things back to you and help you clarify your decisions, help you kind of realign yourself with values. There's a lot of benefit to that. And so as I'm going through a current life transition, there is a therapist walking alongside my significant other and myself as we recalibrate and figure out merging lives and next steps as we start marriage. And so we're heading to an appointment the other week. I will not identify which of us did this right or wrong. Okay, neither of us did this right or wrong, but I will not identify the characters in the story to the best of my ability of who did which action. So as we're driving to our premarital counseling, we are going straight through an intersection, but it's a double turn lane, and the car in front of us collides with the car that was also going straight, but the car on the outside lane is turning. It's not a good recipe. It doesn't go well. And so in real time, one of us flinches and has a really big reaction, and the other one just stops in the middle of the intersection. And again, I'm not going to say who's driving, but I bet my micro expressions give some stuff away unintentionally. So one of us wants to hey, get out of this situation really quickly. And the other one freezes up and is like, wait, let's make sense of this situation. And so we have round one of kind of repartee between the two of us, hey, what are you doing? You got to do this differently. And then we have round two as we clear the scene and we get into the parking lot of counseling. And at that point, there's a circle back and hey, in the future, you really have to do it this way. And the other one is like, what are you talking about? You did it ridiculously. I didn't do it ridiculously. And so we both have some pretty big responses, and we're both feeling a little frustrated with not only the experience, but each other's reaction to the experience. And so what's fun is we get in to see our counselor and we're breaking it down, and we're both, having to process through some of the agitation, some of the chemicals, the adrenaline, the cortisol. And as we're making sense of it, we kind of not accuse the other person, but we're very clear why we fundamentally agree with the other person's approach. And the therapist, who we've been with for a little while, says, wait, are you saying that one of you wanted to rush through the situation and get through it quickly so that you could feel safer? Yeah. And he's like, wait, and the other one of you stopped in real time to try to make sense of the situation and cautiously move through it? Right? You see why that's a problem? And he said, what about that surprises you though? Because that's literally who the two of you are. One of you stops, surveys, tries to make sense, asks for context, tries to understand, and the other one of you rushes through things and tries to get to safety before you process. He's like, that's precisely what would happen in this situation. And we're both like, yeah, that's right. I showed up there. And my significant other's like, yes, that she showed up and I showed up. And those are predictable processes and patterns. It's why in our videos, I talk so often about self-knowledge, because self-knowledge is really good about helping us understand just how different we are than other people. Even the person next to me in a vehicle having the exact same experience is processing everything differently and reacting and responding very, very differently. Yet we're having the same experience. Now, one of us is a driver, one of us is not a driver in that situation. So it's not the exact same experience, which actually influences some of our responses. But we are two people in the same vehicle, having access to the same crash and interpreting it completely differently. And it's brilliant when the therapist says, oh, that happened? And you showed up? And then he's like, I'm not surprised. That feels like what would have happened. It was calmly reassuring to say, oh yeah, we're two different people. We might be having the same experience, but we're going about it differently. And when we talk about self-knowledge, it's powerful for my person to say, Steph, this is who I am. And it's powerful for me to say, hey, this is who I am. And it's not a problem in either direction. It just converged to very different ways of operating in real time as a crisis was, it wasn't even our crisis, we just had to get around it, but as it was unfolding in front of us, we both showed up. That's not a flaw, that's what's going to happen. And because we're two different people, we have to figure out, what do we want to do when that frustration happens with one another? Because I'm still going to be me, he's still going to be him. We're going to have our processes that are going to play out in front of us. So we want to decide what to do with that reality when reality happens.